All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about the toggles feature in tMoney. So earlier today, I was talking with a homegirl, and she was explaining a situation that I think would one be perfect to demonstrate the capabilities of toggles, and two, I think it's relatable enough to where we can all understand like the nuances and the dynamics of the decision. So first and foremost, the scenario is this: she's currently relying on Uber to get to and from work every day, 5 days a week, right? So she spends about, she says on a good day, about $20 to get to work and $20 to get home, right? I didn't ask about like what you do for lunchtime or anything like that. So let's just go with the example about 40 bucks a day, right? 5 days a week. And she wants to start becoming debt free, right? So she's trying to figure out if she should just continue relying on Uber to get to and from work, or if she should just go ahead and get a car, right? Only thing is her budget is a little tight, so she got to try to find some ways to save up some little money, right? Try to figure out where she could cut some ends at, right? Oh, by the way, this isn't her actual budget here. This is just the example budget I was making just to do like the videos and stuff. But it's perfect to demonstrate how you can use toggles to actually start getting answers from your budget on what's best to do pertaining to like a money decision. All right, so to add a couple more layers of nuance to the situation, right? She's considering if she was to get a car, does she just save up and just get a little beater car to get her, you know what I mean, from point A to point B? Or does she just save up for a down payment to get a newer car, right? And the reason why she was considering doing a newer car is because she'll be able to do a couple hours of driving for Uber on the side too after work, you know what I'm saying, a couple days a week to continue paying down debt or stacking up, you know what I mean, just to have that extra income coming in. Now, obviously, if you finance a car, that's even more debt, right? However, in this situation, financing a car is going to give her an additional path to make some more income, right? Now, these little what ifs is exactly what the toggles feature is for. Okay, so the first thing I will do if I'm trying to add these different factors into the equation is I'm going to make some toggles. All right, so the first toggle that I make is called without car, and this is going to be attached to all of my expenses that I'm going to have without a car. In this particular case, it's going to be just one expense, the Uber expense, right? Cool. And then the second toggle I'll create is going to be called with car because we all know having a car comes with some expenses, right? And then the last toggle that we'll create, since the last variable in this decision is to finance or not to finance. Do you get a car note or not, right? So this next one is going to be with a car note. Cool. So now we're just going to drag these all up to the top so we can start tinkering around with them and immediately seeing what our budget is going to look like without having to do too much fandangling. All right, so first things first, we're going to assign these expenses to their toggles. So we're going to go down here to the Uber expense, going to edit it, going to scroll all the way down to the situation toggle, and we're going to apply the without car toggle to this expense. Save it. Now, since the without car toggle is turned off, you see that the Uber expense is zero, and then you can toggle it on, and it comes back in. And the changes will take effect up here as well. All right, cool. So now let's go ahead and start adding all of the expenses that comes with owning a car, right? So the first one we're going to do is we're going to add our gas expense, okay? And let's say she just planning on dropping 25 in the tank whenever she goes into the gas station. And let's say she going to do this about 2 times a week. Cool, that's going to come out to about 216 bucks a month. Let's go ahead and include this in our emergency fund, assign a vault to it. Now here we're going to go ahead and assign a situation toggle. So now we're going to assign that toggle we just created, the with car toggle. Then the payment method, yada yada. Now we're going to go ahead and save it. All right, let's check it out. Boom, working. Boom, working. All right, so now we're just gonna go ahead and add the rest of the expenses that's associated with a car. I'm just gonna breeze through this next little bit real quick. So I'm just gonna add like car insurance, I'm gonna add car registration as a proactive expense, as well as car maintenance as a proactive savings. And this should just take a second. I'm just gonna fast forward this real quick. All right, so just do a quick little test on the two toggles that we assigned expenses for. Boom, working, cool. Now we gotta assign the doozy, right? We gotta assign the car loan. So let's go ahead and add a car loan up in here. And then since car loans are temporary, they ain't gonna last forever. Add into the temporary expense category. I'm just gonna put like, I don't know, 275 bucks. I don't know. Of course, it's a debt, so we're gonna go ahead and put a total balance in there. So let's just say that they got it for 10K. I don't know. I'm just picking random numbers, bro. So like, you know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of this example, you know, but just the rest of the details, yada yada. All right, cool. So now we're gonna go ahead and attach the toggle that we made. So the with car loan toggle, we're gonna attach it to this car loan expense. All right, cool. So now we're gonna go up to the top. We're going to do a little test, make sure everything is everything. I'm gonna slide this panel up just, a third of the way up, right? So we can see all three of these toggles down here. And let's see if everything's working. Cool, working, cool, working, cool, working. All right, cool. Now remember, having a car loan is going to come with the car expenses as well. So we're going to tackle both of these on together because you're not going to have a car loan without the car expenses, right? You can have the car expenses without the car note, but you can't have the car note without the car expenses. Got it? Got it? You following along? And if you ever forget what expenses you have tied to either toggle, all you got to do is just tap on the name of the toggle and it's going to show up right here, whatever expenses you have attached to it. Now, remember the last part of her equation was if she was to finance a car, she would be considering using it for Uber on the side to make a little bit of side money, right? So let's go ahead and add that potential income up in here. She's going to tap on the add income. Go ahead and put it up in here. Let's say she's just trying to make 60 bucks a day, about 3 days a week during the weekday. She about to go crazy on Saturday, right? Make 150 on the weekend. She only gonna work 1 day on the weekend. Put the taxes up in here. Boom. All right, so now we got everything in here. Now we can start getting some answers. You feel me? So I'm gonna turn the Uber income off real quick, and we're gonna go back to the original situation, the current job, relying on Uber to get to and from work. This is what it's looking like, right? So now we're gonna go ahead and take the Uber situation out. We're gonna add the car up in here, right? This is no car loan just yet. This is just regular car, to and from work, what it's looking like, right? Cool. Now we're gonna go ahead and add if she was to have a car loan, right? Boom. And with the car loan comes the additional income as well, right? So check it out.